Place your thread onto the spool holder. Remove both caps. Reserve the larger cap for the outside of your thread. Place the small cap with the pointy parts away from your thread. Thread goes on, pulling towards you. And the larger one comes over top. Take your thread and place it behind the thread guide where the little arrow is, and pull it into that thread guide. So it should be locked within this area here. So I'll do that again. Place your thread behind and pull it towards you. Take your thread and you're going to run it down this first column here. Then by the number 2, you're going to bring it back up, and we're going to have a silver loop. To get that silver loop, you're going to turn your hand wheel one direction towards you, and you can see it coming up here. Take your thread so that it passes through and it's sitting within this hole. Feed the thread back down to your number 4. Next, you're going to place your thread in through this thread holder. And then thread your thread through the eye of the needle, going from the front to the back. You will most likely need to snip your thread and possibly wet it with your other 2 fingers. Pull your thread off to the side and leave it. Taking up your bobbin, you need to push the button to the right to release the hook cover plate. Don't lose this, put it to the side. Your bobbin needs to go in so that the thread is to the left-hand side. To assist you, there's a diagram on your hook cover plate that shows you where the thread should go. So here's your bobbin, and there's the thread to the left-hand side. Drop the bobbin in. Take your thread through this first notch, hang on to your bobbin, and pull it so that it clicks into place. Do not put your hook cover plate on yet. Now we need to pull up the orange thread so that both threads are coming out of this bottom hole. Then we're ready to sew. Hang on to your upper thread, which is my orange one. Take your hand wheel and rotate it in one direction towards you all the way so the needle comes down, catches your bobbin thread, and continue until you are able to pull your bobbin thread up with your upper thread. Take your scissors, place them underneath, and pull. Now you should have your upper thread and your lower thread side by side. Now you need to replace your hook cover plate. Always do a test sample. So with a scrap piece of fabric, I'm going to test out my threading and to ensure that it's threaded correctly. So I'm going to place my presser foot down. I'm going to hang on to my threads, and you always want to hang on to your threads for the first couple stitches. I take my hand wheel and I bring it down first of all, and now I'm ready to sew. Here's my test sample. I'm looking to see that my stitches look like actual stitches from the front side, and you can slightly see the purple, just little dots of the purple, as well from the reverse side. So they look like actual stitches, and I can see a little bit of my orange. What you don't want to see is the following here, where your threads look really loose and they're not stitched nicely like our first sample one. And as well on the other side, you can see that they are extremely loose. Sometimes it will look like one solid line with your bobbin thread and a whole bunch of dots. And if you were to pull on your thread, a lot of the times it will just simply pull out. Not always. This can be a result from not putting your bobbin in correctly. So when you were to pull your bobbin, you can see how loose this is. That means that it wasn't put through the tension guides and it has no tension. Your threads want to lock between your fabric.